Hey bitches, do you sometimes have that thing where you ordered something ages ago and you kind of forgot about it and then all of a sudden it turns up and you're like, gee, oh yeah, whoops, I had ordered that. Uh, I was wondering where all my money was. And this is one of those things. I saw this in an issue of the Esotorical. It was an issue of the Esotorical that also featured a deck of mine that I used to sell on at the boutique, and now I just sell it on my Make Playing cards for whoever the hell wants it. And I saw it in that magazine, and I was like, I gotta get it. But then I waited to order it for the longest time because it's a Game Crafter deck. And I don't have any problem with Game Crafter decks, except for the fact that I don't like their tuck boxes. Like, I already have this crease in mind because this is literally the only way it'll open up. So yeah, it's the Radiant Souls Oracle deck by Cat Crow. 36 cards to awaken Radiance. And I got it off there. Another reason why I don't like the Game Crafter is because of their booklets. Their booklets kind of suck. This one contains like this pretty cool looking, pretty cool looking fold out thing, a thank you sort of, which is cute. And then, and more decks by Cat Crow. So that's interesting. I really honestly would have loved it if this or an iteration of that would have been the backs. I feel like the card backs are extremely busy, and I don't like that, but there was no way for me to know. Because I didn't find any real flip-throughs of this. But I do like the fronts. And when you see the fronts, you'll probably get why design-wise I would have liked a more chill back, like I would have loved to have had this design. Obviously it's too big to fit on the square shape, as you can see, but she could have shrunk that a little bit. Maybe I would have loved if this would have been the back design, but hey, tiny details. Why do I like this? Well, it's fucking gorgeous. It's very cartoony. It kind of reminds me of that Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle. These were actually the 4 cards I pulled earlier, which I am gonna use for an example reading later. But these are kind of like archetypical. How am I gonna do this? Just gonna put these here. These are kind of like archetypical. These are kind of archetypes a little bit. So you get an archetype, you get a number. I don't like that. I wish this would not have been on there because it's frankly doesn't add a lot to the usage of the deck, at least for me, as far as I can see now. And then we get these 4 keywords, which look really dope on some cards and then look a little bit shitty on other cards. I believe it is the font choice that I'm not the biggest fan of, but once again, those are all little details because this is a really fun little deck. So yeah, like I said, sort of archetypical energy, really cool, like spacey, cartoony. Cedar McCloud meets that Metaphysical Cannabis chick style illustration. Really dope. Look at this, the mechanical. Really, really good illustrative work. Whether or not you like the style, I really like the style, but you can see that it's really good. This is one of the cards that I saw that made me go, wow. Wow. So it's kind of super cool alien-esque indie graphic novel style art. And I dig it. I dig it. I like most of the cards. This card also made me go, need to have this. So yeah, and it feels very Feels very, these are space aliens that literally have orange skin, but we're seeing a lot of black facial features, or black hair, which I think is pretty cool. If you're into that thing, if you care about that thing, it's really, really dope. The projector, wow, the inspired. And there's some interesting, like, sort of self-made up cool archetypes in here. I haven't read the little guidebook at all yet because I don't really like intend to use that a lot. I love this one as well. But I love this deck. So how does it work? Obviously, you can use it however the hell you want. So you could pull a card and, you know, just riff off these keywords. But there's a reason why these keywords are there in the corner. And I kind of need to put them in the order they were in so you can kind of see. I believe it was like this. Yeah, it was like this. So when you lay down 4 cards, what's this? Don't want that in the frame at all. So when you lay down the 4 cards like that, you kind of get sort of a, it doesn't read as a phrase, obviously, but you sort of get a sort of center message. I find that concept so original. I love, like, this is why I love deck design. Stuff like this. For example, also when Andy Schwartz did a similar thing with an active, passive, open and closed, or positive and negative meaning to each card by putting something in each corner so you could kind of create spreads like this. I love this. And how I would use this, for example, is, so we see here, this is like the center of the reading. This is like the focal point. So we get leader, resource, harmony, and complex. So you're a resourceful leader, but when it comes to finding harmony, it gets a bit complicated. So, you know, you're a good leader, but there's some trouble in the harmony department, okay? Then we get a couple of other ones that are like half sentences. So we get memory and potential over here. So that would signify to me, that you have a really, really good memory. And this is, I pulled these 4 cards and this is literally me. So it was kind of scary how accurate of a personality analysis this was of what I'm like. I have a really, really, really good memory. I'm very good at memorizing shit. Then we get challenge and resonance, and that's really interesting to me as well, because in that difficulty finding harmony, I do actually love a bit of, I resonate with, I do well in pressure cooker environments. Like, I need a little bit of pressure for me to perform. So I found that really cool that showed up. So these are definitely like personality traits of mine. And then we get 2 more. So these are like, I don't know, I saw them as a bit. So all of these I saw as a bit like as an integral part of you, but not at the forefront right now. So warrior and unfamiliar, this says right here. So that to me means, you know, and that's also once again true. I'm not a fighter. So whenever it comes to like actual conflict, I tend to like more like avoid it rather than, you know, being that warrior. And then over here we have senses and foundation. And the senses, my body, being in my body, being in nature, being grounded, being here, being present, being human is very much something that I identify with, whereas I don't really identify with the whole philosophy of I'm so otherworldly and I'm from, you know, this star, I'm a star seed and I'm from Lyra, and you know that's why I feel like I don't belong. No. My senses are my foundation. They are what keep me tracked in reality. And then in the corners we have these single words. So to me, I kind of read those as things that are not really playing a big part in your life right now, or things that are, that you're sort of lacking, or that you maybe should pay a bit more attention to. And that's over here, your support. Says support. And I do sometimes feel a bit alone in the world, which is weird because I do have friends. So if my friends see this, don't call me, I'm all right. But I very much feel like a lone wolf and go at things like a lone wolf a little bit. So it would be good for me to kind of zoom in on that a little bit more. We had ability right here. That's interesting. So your own abilities and being confident. Sometimes your confidence can take a bit of a blow and it takes a little bit of time to recoup, but I should probably know that I am very able and talented, and that I can do whatever the fuck I want, and that I'm good at what I do. And then we have difficulty right here. So we're kind of ignoring the more difficult things, which I am. And then we have beauty over here, which is like your personal, that I kind of read it as two things, like my personal care, but also my, self-care. Let's take a spa day, and let's, scrub our faces, and let's exfoliate, and let's relax, and let's get manis and petties. That, I've been ignoring that a lot, but also appreciating the beauty of the world that's around you. And I've also been ignoring that a lot. So in these 4 cards, you get one reading, 2 readings, 3 readings, 4 readings, 5 readings, 6, 7, 8, 9 readings. I fucking love that. And say you wanted to explore that. So, am I gonna move my camera, guys, for real? No. Why am I doing this? So say you wanted to explore that beauty bit. Let's give that a shot, because that sounds fun. So we're gonna leave this as is, but we kind of want to zoom in that appreciation of beauty and that self-care aspect a little bit more, which you could do. And I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna shuffle this pack of cards because I showed them all to you, and I want this to be as random and as free-flowing and as cool as possible. You could actually do a grand tableau with this deck as well. Like, this shit is deeper than this shit is deeper than you might think, actually. So that's really cool. So we're gonna zoom in on that beauty. What I want to know more about that. So that's interesting. So we're basically we're expanding the reading as we go. So we're getting beauty, partnership, tenderness, dream. Okay, so that's interesting. We're getting personal. So the beauty that we're kind of missing is in our partnership, and it's, that tenderness that me and my hubby do have, and which does kind of feel like a dream. So sometimes, but it's real, and I should probably recognize it more and appreciate it more. So, we're getting, and this is all accurate, and this is not me lying. It's just me being honest and showing you what a fucking amazing deck this is. How well thought out. Would it have been even cooler and better had these sentences always created like full grammatically correct sentences? Yes. Is that physically possible without grouping them in categories beforehand? For example, like with the karma cards? No. So I think this is really, really good. This works well for me. So now we have some other stuff as well that we can look at. So we have the senses and the truth. So that's something that we may have to pay attention to, like what we are sensing. Is it real? So that's pretty cool. Then we have absurd children, which is literally me and Willem. So that's really cool, because we are like absurd children sometimes, and I love that. Resonance messages. Well, these messages resonate completely with me. And then invention, recognition. Invention? Does that say invention? Yeah, sorry. It's that font, guys. It's not my favorite, but hey, invention. It does match the style of the deck, so no graphic design flaws there. Invention and recognition. So recognizing maybe our inventiveness. That one I have to think about for a bit. Let's just be honest about that. I mean, and then we have a couple of loose keywords, which are depths, creations, and unity. So those could be other concepts that we might be willing to explore. And I could go on and on. I'm not gonna actually like read all of that, but I am gonna, because I kind of wanna see, can I? No, I can't. I'm so dumb, sorry. I'm literally gonna like end it all after this video because this is probably a nightmare to watch for you. But I'm gonna shuffle the deck again and I'm going to at least check what kind of key sentence we're getting if we're going to riff off that unity concept. So here we go. And another one. And another one. Spontaneous. Mystery, possibility, spontaneous, unity. I like where this is going, tall dark stranger. So as you can kind of tell, oh, whoops, I shouldn't be doing that. As you can kind of tell, you can do whole fucking tableaus because I just added this right here. But, you know, we're getting a new key sentence right here as well now. So we're getting tons of new key sentences. And, oh, man, like the depth that this tool has is insane. I love it. And, yeah, you can find it on GameCrafter. It's called Radiant Souls Oracle Deck by Cat Crow. And it wasn't even that expensive. And it's really good and cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And... love y'all. Bye-bye.